Hey, Dominic here, just cutting in to let you know that if you are the 100th non-consecutive comment on this video, you win this shirt. Oh. 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 There's a very special day in the life of every mountain biker. A day that oozes with anticipation. A day that for some comes once a year, and for others comes once or twice in a lifetime. That day is New Bike Day. There's the old girl. Alright, today's a special day. I'm getting a new bike. I fall into the latter group, but what I lack in frequency I make up for in quality. When I go in for a new bike, I go all in. I buy to the absolute max of my budget, and I buy to the absolute max of my ability. The bike needs to push me to try harder, go farther, do more, and most importantly, be more. The bike needs to not only be a better bike, but also make me a better me.
And here it is, 2022 Santa Cruz Bronson in olive drab or gloss moss or whatever they call it. Let's go have some fun.
There is a tendency as riders get older to bow out of the game and go ride a gravel bike into the sunset. To me, that's like giving up the game. None of us like to lose. Even less of us want to admit that we gave up. Most rationalize the transition to the pedal-biased life as a logical progression. We tell ourselves that we don't need to risk ourselves in pursuit of that thrill that reminds you that you're alive. Now, as fate would have it, I happen to live in Flat Earth, Michigan. The idea of riding this bike on any trail within 100 miles strikes me as absurd. For its first ride, this bike deserves more. It deserves a real climb. It deserves a real descent. The best you can do in southern Michigan is an undulating up and down trail system with a few well-built jumps. Not the no-holds-barred gnar machine that this bike was meant to be. There's only one thing for it. We need to go on a road trip. And where better to take it than the end of the map, Copper Harbor. As is my way, I didn't check the weather. I just pointed the truck north and leaned into the wind. 9 hours later, and more miles than I care to count, I rolled into Michigan's little slice of heaven, and was properly greeted by a relentless rain and drizzle that made this place feel more like the Pacific Northwest. Most people would have found this discouraging, packed up the mountain bike, saddled up the gravel bike, and made for home. But that's not me. I'll take 65 in rain over 90 in sun any day. So, just like Smeagol, up the hill I went, reaching for the clouds, which, thankfully today, were well within reach. Compared to my Gen 1 Bronson, this bike climbs amazing. It's my first time with a SRAM Eagle. It's nice knowing that I can take even longer and slower to get to the top of the hill. The Eagle doesn't make you climb faster, it just makes it easier to climb with more gear reduction. Even then, you have to acknowledge that it takes the same amount of energy to climb the hill fast as it does slow. It's really all about your cardio conditioning, of which I have none. So, the Eagle is a godsend. Once the summit is achieved, the bike achieves its true meaning. It's nimble, it's playful, and it's fun. It feels rad, even in a dad bod. The geometry has progressed over the 4 generations of this bike. Compared to my faithful Gen 1, the cockpit is bigger, everything is slagger, and the bike is longer. The most noticeable difference to me is that I feel like my weight is front of center. Not so much that I live in fear of OTB at every low-speed technical feature, but enough that some mental energy needs to be diverted to body position when things get a little chunky. The first time I overcame gravitational forces, I got the sense that I should give this thing a P-38 paint scheme. It loves to fly. There was at least one moment where I wondered if this thing was part helicopter, not bike. Unfortunately, those brief moments of weightlessness were cut short. I'm not sure what exactly I did wrong, but whatever it was, I did it well. My thoughts on this bike will have to be continued after I've recovered. I'm not giving up the game. I'm not trading it in for a gravel bike. I'm just going to catch my breath, heal my ribs, climb to the top of the nearest hill, and try to feel alive all over again.
Might have got a little cocky.
Be sure to check out my online store where you can get cool shirts like this, cool Jeep shirts like this, cool hoodies like this, and Jeep shirts and Jeep hoodies, Jeep and overlanding shirts, cool hoodies like this one right here, cool shirts like this one, cool hoodies with slogans like get your life in gear, and you can get cool Jeep shirts like this, and cool mountain bike t-shirts, van life t-shirts, cool t-shirts like this mountain bike shirt, overlanding t-shirts. You can get t-shirts with slogans like get your life in gear, and never trust a man with clean shoes, explore, adventure, jeopardy. T-shirts like this one right here that tells everybody you're not a cyclist, you are a mountain biker. Even more to the point, get a hoodie that says not a roadie. Also, I'm running a little contest right now. The 100th person to comment on this video wins this Get Your Life in Gear shirt.